Topic of gravity. You telling me gravity can hold a big boulder to the ground, right? But if we're not talking about the law of density, it can't hold a helium balloon from going straight up in the air. That makes zero sense. Unless, okay, fire truck. It just doesn't make sense. A helium balloon is less dense than air. Hence the reason it goes up. And anything more dense than air will go down. What are y'all talking about gravity?
We can all agree roller coasters are pretty fast, right? Like you feel the speed when you're on them. How about a fighter jet? These pilots literally pass out pretty often due to G-force because they're going so fast in these jets. Now stay with me. The fastest fighter jet is 2,190 miles an hour. That is extremely fast. Like I said, these pilots pass out pretty often due to the G-force. Now, it is said that the Earth is orbiting the Sun at 67,000 miles per hour. Yet we don't feel a damn thing. Look at them trees. It's almost like the Most High already told us in His Word, fear before Him all the earth, the world also shall be stable, that it be not moved. Who laid the foundations of the earth, that it should not be removed forever. Is there any foundation on something that's spinning, flying, orbiting at hundreds of thousands of miles per hour? I don't think so. This here is an accurate description of our world, of our universe. The earth is flat and stationary, with pillars underneath. There is an underworld. We do have a heavens above, right, where Yahuwah is. He's looking down on the earth. Right? He said the heaven is His throne and the earth is His footstool. Right? What they call space is really just that little section between the earth and the firmament. And then above that is the waters. Why do you think we all naturally look up to the heavens? Right? Do you think there's any heaven on this thing? That's why they deceived us with this. They want us to be away from the Creator, and they want us disconnected from Him and His Word. I'm here to tell you, it is flat, it is stationary, there is a Creator. It's all one big matrix, and once you free your mind from this, a lot more things are going to start to make sense.
Now, you will see how the phenomenon of nature attests that on a flat Earth, the laws of science work perfectly. Let's start with magnetic charge of electrons generated by our Earth by means of two magnetic pole lines, plus and minus. The shape of the flat Earth is in the form of a round magnet with a hole in the middle, that is, it has plus and minus in the edges in the area of the Antarctic ice wall. And in the center is a compression of plus and minus electrons, which influences the movement of water and air. Although water and air are not magnetic and are dielectric, the magnetic field can have an effect on them because water and air contain positively and negatively charged particles that can move in the presence of a magnetic field. If water and air are dielectric, that is, they are electrical insulators, but can be polarized by an electric field. So water and air molecules are dipoles, that is, they are negatively charged at oxygen atoms and a positive charge at hydrogen atoms. In the presence of a magnetic field, the hydrogen side is oriented towards the negative side being positive, and the oxygen being negatively charged will be attracted to the positive side of the magnetic field, thus circulating water and air. In addition to the fact that it is known that in the chapter of wind, warm air rises to the surface and cold air is below, and even tornadoes can be formed by the movement of currents in the opposite direction. This is a small example, a vessel full of water that is subject to a magnetic field under it and setting the static field in the magnets in motion through those two plus and minus terminals, and with an iron filing on the surface of the water.
Gravity is just a big hoax. Here you hear Michio Kaku saying gravity doesn't pull anything towards the center of the Earth. According to Einstein, space pushes things down. My money is on electromagnetism.
Then here comes Einstein asking a different question, and that is, what is the nature and origin of gravity? Einstein said that gravity is nothing but the byproduct of curved space. So, why am I sitting in this chair? A normal person would say, I'm sitting in this chair because gravity pulls me to the ground. But Einstein said, no. There's no such thing as gravitational pull. The Earth has curved the space over my head and around my body. So space is pushing me into my chair. So to summarize Einstein's theory, gravity does not pull. Space pushes.
Gravity is the centripetal force that keeps the Earth from flying to pieces and the universe from becoming a dark, endless, desolate cloud of dust. Wow, bummer.
Mr. Seaver?
Huh?
What does that mean in English?
Why don't we see what the so-called experts have to say? The Earth's gravity exerts a constant and equal force on all objects, regardless of mass. For example, a feather and a coin must fall at exactly the same speed.
Mr. Seaver? What? You just said a feather and a coin would fall at exactly the same speed.
I certainly did not. Oh, I did.
Well, they don't. I tried it.
Well, the book says that they do, so why don't we just move on, okay?
Prove it.
Okay, fine. Feather, quarter.
The book's wrong. End of story.
They checked this stuff out before they printed it. Okay. I got it.
It doesn't matter how you drop them. You can blow them out your ears if you want. Smart money's on the quarter.
I don't get this. This guy doesn't know what he's talking about.
Neither do you.
Finally, a teacher that's dumber than we are. Is this a great country or what?
We live in an electromagnetic toroidal field. There is no South Pole. Your compass, objectively, empirically, and scientifically concludes that the Earth is a level plane with a fixed center source. Your compass, when you flip a switch for a current, your compass points to the current. It doesn't have to be a bar magnet. Claiming that it's a bar magnet is a false equivalency logical fallacy. Circling a compass with a fixed needle compass proves nothing. We have a natural lodestone, a compass functioning properly, because east and west are semicircles and circles. That's why your compass pivots. It is objective. The red half is objective. Your heading, your direction, your bezel, it does not matter. The red half is the same for everyone, no matter what you do with your compass. When there's a fixed source in the center, your compass functions properly. Your compass will function properly with a fixed source in the center. If you add this static, all right, this is our South Pole. Let's have a constant South Pole now. Look, it's not working. It's not working because we have two field acting on it at the same time. Get rid of our South Pole that doesn't exist and it has no evidence. Weird. Now our compass functions properly. Let's add the constant force of a South Pole that doesn't exist. Compass does not work. Take away the South Pole that doesn't exist. Compass works fine. Add the South Pole. Compass doesn't work. Take the South Pole away. Compass works fine. Like fucking, how it's not that hard. A compass is a single pole, horizontal plane instrument for measuring semicircles and circles. It is the latitude on your map. Okay? It doesn't work when two polarity are acting on it at the same time. The needle is static. Okay? Look, I'm going 5 or 6 inches here. Both polarity acting on my needle at the same time. With your heading is subjective to only you. The compass is a constant force. It's constantly pulling the needle to the center, the source in the center. You see how much pivot is here when there is one field, one polarity, because that's how a compass functions. You going south doesn't change the fact that your compass needle, red half, is constantly being pulled to the source magnet, okay? That's why it doesn't work when there are two fields, because it's a single field instrument, a single pole instrument. It doesn't work. You don't use the white part of your fucking compass. This is the indicator, very clearly identified as the indication. It's an analog instrument. It is the instrument that we use to determine latitude, okay? Left and right is east and west, like a clock, okay? So what you're doing is trying to claim that a compass works with both pole acting on it at the same time. It does not. You know why it does not? Because a bar magnet is not what we live in. We live in a terrestrial field, first of all. Second of all, look, there is nothing in the middle. They zap this at both ends. Electric dipole moment. Opposing orientational polarization. There is nothing in the middle. It's not magnetic in the middle. Only the ends. A compass does not work with two opposing polarity field acting on it simultaneously. There are 0 instruments for cartography that account for anything that has to do with the globe. There are 0 objective measures, 0 analog instruments to measure the globe with upside down curved water.
The flat Earth map dates back over 1,000 years. This map is credited to being created by a Persian astronomer. His name was Al-Biruni, and he lived between 973 AD to 1048 AD. It's the official map of the United Nations and also the United States Geological Survey. It used to be present in many places before the creation of NASA and the Antarctic Treaty in 1959. Here you see it with Admiral Byrd. This map has been restored by Dmitry from Russia with suggestions of mine, Idialenkar. Known by my YouTube channel Flat Earth Banjo, I asked Dmitry to include the Bermuda Triangle and Point Nemo, a place deep in the Pacific where NASA buries rockets. Then Robert Tozzi, a professional mapmaker, came along and enhanced the map even more. There are many people now selling this map online, but if you could order it from my online store, I would greatly appreciate it. Visit my online store now and order one of the items. I humbly thank you.